All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, Akakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Akwath who may be listening. This is your brother Batak Allah from the GMS camp here in Chicago, coming back at you with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and the inspiration for today's lesson comes from another one of these Israelite groups, man, referred to as One Body. They are in the Dallas area. To my knowledge, I'm not sure if they've spread out from there, but you know, this is to the Dallas One Body. All right, and their leader, I believe his name is Jephthah, has just recently, made a statement, basically saying that Jake should not be going out teaching on the street about Jacob and Esau, which is complete wickedness. All right. This guy is displaying agent-like behavior, and one of the brothers from not the elder that made the response to the video I'm talking about, which is the elder Manatazakba from South Carolina, but another brother, I believe it was the brother from Hawaii. It might have been the elder Manatazakba, I don't remember, but nonetheless, this dude was in the IUIC, Jephthah. He quit the IUIC and went to start his own group. And once he got that 501c3, became a millionaire in a very short period of time. All right. These guys are doing, what they're doing for filthy lucre's sake. And they're doing it in cahoots with this devil, man. And they don't want this place to be finished. They don't want the elect to wake up. They don't want this devil to receive the judgment that the Lord said he was going to receive. All right. And, the true men of the Lord with the 100% truth, the men of GMS, are here to inform you, who these people are and what they about, man, and why they going off. So we're going to get these precepts, Salakia for the rent, and Lord willing, this will be edifying, all right? So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. Hold on one second. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1 and verse 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward. All right, and that's a description of our people, man, of you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you speckled birds who may look like the other nations, but your father's line goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We're a people that's lost and destroyed and lost and turned out, as the song would say, man. Jake is involved and willing to be invested in everything except the one thing that we are called to be invested in, which is the best thing going, all right? Following Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, being the Lord's people. That's the best thing you can be. These Jakes would rather be niggers and rather follow these charlatans to destruction, man. And this guy's saying that you're not supposed to teach about Jacob and Esau, and that's one of the reasons why Jake is in the condition that precept just stated, man. These people don't even know that they're the children of the Lord, man, a lot of them. Now, through the Spirit, the men of the Lord have been out here teaching and doing the work, so these Jakes know. I'm not saying Jake don't have that Jake has a cloak for their sins, but these dudes are enablers. All right, these Jakes know they don't want to get right. They can go and deal with a guy like this, like the Jephthah character and all these other characters, and that will enable them to pretend to be in the truth, but not actually be in the truth, man, which is wicked. All right, Salakia. We're gonna get to the next one. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 73 and verse 3, because when you don't know who you are, you can't know who your enemies are, and you can't know what you're supposed to be doing and how you're supposed to think, how you're supposed to evaluate things. See, a lot of Jakes, their problem is that they see these wicked devils prospering, and they want to prosper like that because that's how they think the Lord shows his favor, but it's not. All right, the Lord has favor on those who he reveals this truth to, and those who he ultimately will allow to endure to the end and receive salvation from this wicked kingdom. This kingdom is for the wicked. So all these people that prosper here, for the most part, are wicked. All right. This Psalm 73 verse 3, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. All right. For there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. All right, so that's what it is, man. Jake sees these devils. They understand that these devils have committed wickedness to get everything that they have, but they still see the prosperity, the money, and all these things that come with the wickedness that these devils have produced, and the wickedness that these 2/3 sellout Jakes produce as well. And it causes Jake to want to go and follow after the wicked to seek prosperity, because they believe that the Lord is dealing with those who have a lot of money, that the Lord is dealing with those who have a high position in this society. And that's not the case, man. All right. But when you don't know who you are, then you don't understand that the Lord is dealing with Jake. Well, the Lord is dealing with the elect on this side, but ultimately all of the Israelites are going to be in the kingdom and be living in prosperity. All right. And if you didn't understand who you was, you wouldn't understand that the Lord is putting his people, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and you speckled birds, through all of these troubles and calamities because of your unwillingness to serve the Lord. All of our unwillingness to serve the Lord. That's why we're going through what we're going through now. And that's why when we come into this truth, we repent and strive to endure to the end so that we can be forgiven for those transgressions, man. All right. But when you don't know who you are and you don't know who your enemy is, then, because see, what's happening right now is that these devils are basically telling Jake that the so-called white man is the Lord's people. That's what these devils are telling Jake. And then with the way that one of the ways that they justify saying that is, well, look at how good our life is. Look at how much money we have. Look at that. We're in charge of society. We and then when Jake will try to say that they're the people of the Lord, Esau will say, well, I don't know. You guys are at the bottom. You guys are broke. You guys live a horrible life. Nobody likes you. I don't know why God's people would be going through that. But because Jake don't read the scriptures, because Jake don't understand who the scriptures is talking about, and Jake don't understand that the scriptures is about us, they don't understand that all the things that we going through that Esau tries to say disprove that we're the people of the Lord are really the things that prove that we are the Lord's people, man. The whole Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right. This is Sirach chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. All right, so you have to know who your enemy is to be able to watch for these things, because these devils are very slick, especially when dealing with people that don't understand what's really going on. It's very easy for these devils to overmaster Jakes that don't really know who they are and don't really know who their enemies are, man. All right, when you come into this truth, in the words of the Elder Murph, you understand that the white man is the devil. Now, a vast majority of Jakes understand that on a base level, even in the world. And he'll say that, Murph always say it. Every random nigga knows that the white man is the devil and their enemy to a certain extent, but not to the extent that they need to know it, which you gain when you come into this truth. But on top of that, even though every one of these niggas know that the white man is the enemy, none of these niggas understand that the black woman is their enemy and that the black woman works for Esau, which is also something that's highlighted in the scriptures. These devils use the women. They set the women above you so that then they can control the woman and have you in derision underneath her and underneath himself. All right? Like the scriptures say, a woman shall compass a man. Esau set that up. The Lord had Esau set that up. All right? And it makes it almost impossible for Jake to get up under the rock that they got on their shoulders in Babylon, because Jake want to deal with the woman. And then, these Jakes get shamed into thinking you not black if you ain't dealing with a black woman, and you a sellout if you don't let a black bitch disrespect you and talk to you crazy, and if you go get a white woman, that's the mark of the beast. It's all type of wild shit and doctrines that this devil has set up in the earth to keep Jake under the watchful eye of the black woman, who is also their enemy. But see, when you don't know who Jacob and Esau are, when you don't know who your enemy is and the things that he does, you always going to fall for the trap. All right. And these devils' motive is that Judith the 5th chapter motive. And all you sellout niggas that's following this devil are going to fucking die a grievous death for what you doing, man. All right. Because these devils' motive is to keep Jake living in sin, keep Jake going off, keep Jake away from the Lord in order to prolong this kingdom. And you got niggas like Jephthah and all these other niggas that will forward all of those things because they're allowed to live a comfortable life in this society. Being selfish, man. Hopping in something crazy. You know? But ultimately, you know, the Lord is going to get with these niggas and they're going to have to pay the price for what they did because they know what they're doing is wrong. All right? And that's why we out here teaching these people who we are and who their enemies are, man. Because that's the first step to getting to what you need to know. All right? Because this is ultimately when you understand who you are. Excuse me. What's up, Bunk? How you doing? But when you understand who you are, you're not this is what you look forward to, man. And this and you understand that this is what's going to happen. And when I say this, I'm referring to what I'm about to read. This 1 Kings chapter 8 and verse 33. When thy people Israel be smitten down before the enemy because they have sinned against thee, and shall turn again to thee and confess thy name and pray and make supplication unto thee in this house, then hear thou in heaven and forgive the sin of thy people Israel and bring them again unto the land which thou gavest unto their fathers. All right. And that's what we doing right now. Those of us that are of the hopeful elect, we're humbling down. We acknowledging Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. We asking for forgiveness. We repenting of our old ways. And we know that through faith that the Lord is going to come back and deliver us back into our land when Yahweh Shai returns to lay this kingdom low, man. But in order for you to get to that level of understanding, you need to know who you are and you need to know who this devil is, man. And these niggas that want to tell you that that's not important are lying, and they're going to pay a heavy toll for that, man. All right, but with that being said, we're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Merkak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and the men of great millstone. Shalom to the Akim and a few Akwat who may be listening. Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. And until next time, Kwam Yasharallah, Wa Abab Ball.